From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2224, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. The Colorado wildfires have been big news here in the United States. As firefighters struggle to contain one sprawling blaze, a critical radio repeater was destroyed by what authorities believe to be malicious vandalism.
A portable radio repeater being used by firefighters at the massive Williams Fork fire in Colorado has been vandalized. The United States Forest Service is investigating after one of its temporary repeater sites was destroyed in early October, rendering the radios of firefighters useless as they struggled against the blaze, which is believed to have been started in August as a result of human activity. The firefighters were using the radios to communicate with their command post. The fire burned more than 14,000 acres, but no evacuation orders were given. According to news reports, firefighters found the repeater in pieces with guy wires cut. The antenna had been snapped off. Replacement parts were found and repairs were made, but the Forest Service is continuing its probe. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Bad news for hams in New Zealand who've been logging contacts on 5 megahertz.
Amateur access to the 5 megahertz band was just a trial, and now that trial is coming to an end. Hams have gone off the air on the band as of midnight on Saturday, the 24th of October. The New Zealand Association of Radio Transmitters informed the amateur community that the New Zealand Defence Force was unwilling to grant yet another renewal for amateurs to continue the trial operation. The Defence Force needs this part of the HF spectrum for tactical radio equipment, refurbished HF site equipment and its various new platforms. According to NZART, discussions will continue with the nation's regulator, the RSM, to explore other ways that amateurs may be given access to those frequencies. Hams had been operating on 60 metres after access was renewed for 3 more months this past July. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
If you enjoy operating portable with the help of a solar panel or two, you might find this report particularly enlightening.
Researchers are calling the work of scientists at the University of York a potential game-changer in the world of solar panels. By putting a checkerboard design on the panel's face, the researchers have upgraded its ability to absorb light by 125%. According to a report posted on the website goodnewsnetwork.org, the panel could possibly be developed to absorb far more solar energy than today's panels. Replacing the traditional flat panel surface with a checkerboard design is said to increase the diffraction rate and thus the likelihood that more light can be absorbed. The research team believes that this could also result in panels that are thinner, lighter and more flexible. The team's findings were published recently in the journal Optica. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With Jack Parker, W8ISH, Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.